Today I'm going to show you how to play HOI4 as a complete beginner. I have all expansion contents enabled, but I'm also gonna explain to you how the game works without any of these contents. We're gonna press new game, 1936. Pick Germany, I'd say it's a good beginner nation. Historically I remember mode regular and start right into it. Because that's how the game is supposed to be played. Don't play like civilian without it's just kind of goofy, just learn by failing, sort of thing.
Send me your dick pics, okay?
About the layout. First off, you can click on your flag or you can press the Q key on your keyboard and you open the main sort of your country thingy. You can pick your focus right there. This is kind of the neat feature of the game. You have a focus tree and you can focus here on economy or here on political. You also have a segment for the navy, air and army. So, and here's the artist path. If you have the DLC Götterdämmerung, you will have also the right path.
Hey, shut the fuck. What the dog doing?
You can see your laws and government. It's very simplified in Hearts of Iron 4. Definitely the most simple paradox game. You can basically change your conscription with political power. You get political power every day, and if you have enough, you can press this. I'll show you quick. You can like press this, and now I recruit more for like on free trade. You want to go on free trade for the early game. You want to do it like very early in 36 and 36 or late or beginning of 37. So you get the construction bonus, research bonus, factory output, and then when the war starts you want to go unlimited because you might need your own resources, because you have your own resources, and if you go on free trade you have 80% of your resources. For example, here you only have 25 going on the market, and here you have 0, which is very good. What's also very important is to go down to war economy as fast as possible. You see the requirements. I need 50% war support, so we can probably hire someone that gives us war support, or like how in Götterdämmerung now can go Rheinland Führeroffensive and get Goebbels, he gives support and stability. And yeah, the next thing is here the political advisors. Just very simplified. Look at the buffs they give each to you. Just for the beginning of the game, you want low consumer goods, so I would press him because I'll explain to you what consumer goods are right now quickly. Consumer goods basically how many civilian factories are being used for the population of a nation. So I have 13 civilian factories going to the population, and you want to have it as low as possible. So you get the most civilian factories to build with, because civilian factories work like this. If I build like this here, I have 2 building slots for example, and I have a certain construction efficiency, and if I were to have like, let's say, a bit more civilian factories, I will spawn myself an exaggerated amount of civilian factories here. With shift left click I'm doing that because that's how you do it, like next to state. I can now build so many, and it only takes 70 days to build one single civilian factory. So that's basically the key feature of civilian factories. I have now the amount of like 99 civilian factories. That's about the max amount you want to get as Germany before you start building mills, or you can build mills at the beginning a bit because you have a mill bonus here, and you're gonna get civilian factories from Anschluss because Austria has civilian factories, Czechia also has civilian factories, and you are gonna get those eventually, so you don't actually need to build that long amount of civilian factories. Switch over to military factories. What military factories are basically, if you build them, one military factory equals to one symbol, and you can assign it to different types of equipment. This missing equipment production symbol shows you quickly what equipment types you need. You see transport plane and naval bomber. I won't use naval bombers, and transport planes are also not needed, so I right click that.
Hey, kid, can you duck down for this picture?
What? Why?
It's our family photo. You're kind of getting in the way.
I'm not ducking down. You duck down. You're getting in my way.
Stop being a brat and duck down.
No way. In fact, I'm standing.
Transport planes, basically, you can give yourself air supply, but if you don't want to use air supply or if you don't need it, then you won't need transport planes.
It's time for me to get a job. Yeah, too bad you're always blowing the interview. So, Peter, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Don't say doing your wife, don't say doing your wife, don't say doing your wife. Doing your mom, doing your mom, doing your mom.
This is the MIOs, it's from a DLC, so for you it will probably look like something to press, something like this. And I mean, I think without DLCs it's not really worth it picking anything early there, so like just chill out with that, I'd say. Now here the military stuff, you want to pick also something very early on here to get the ticking army experience, because army experience is gonna be used for a lot of things, and which I'll go deeper in later. Now for the decision type, you don't actually have a hotkey for that, I think. Oops. So basically just it's on this symbol here, and you see the decisions, events, all you need, just read through it and click through it carefully. Don't ever click like random shit. Here you don't want to cancel MAFO bills, obviously, because it's gonna fucking ruin your economy and you're gonna need the MAFO bills for build up. And yeah, spy agency, you probably don't have the DLC, but if you have it, I'm gonna show you. You create your spy agency here. I'm gonna let 30 days pass. So if you're doing an agency, you want to go suicide pills, and then you can go commando training, form department, passive defense is also important. The best stat for agent to have is seducer. I don't have a seducer though, so I'm gonna just pick him. And with the spies, you can spy on any nation, you can defend your own nation from other spies. But I can build like an intel network. In France, you don't want to do it at the capital because it's a high risk of getting captured. And if you're doing that, you can infiltrate the army. You can make resistance contracts. Don't need that, that's Germany, honestly. But what's important is to do collaboration government, so they cap faster and you get more compliance. I'll get to that later, what compliance is. And cryptology, if you research to form department and do these things, this here, decryption, you can decrypt a country by clicking on here on the symbol if you have this tab open. And then you get like a attack bonus. Now the next thing is the research tab.
What is faster, sound or light? What type of question is it? Sound? Think so? That's what yours did. Sound moving. Let's see. I think sound, bro.
You open it with the W hotkey, or you just click on it. And yeah, researching is basically you have all these tabs: infantry, support companies, armor, artillery, navy, blah blah blah. It will look different to you because I have all DLCs. If you don't have all DLCs, you will see the finished planes or the finished tanks. If you don't, if you have the DLCs, you research the chassis, you research the armor, you research the gun here. So if you have the DLC, you will have to build the tank. If you don't, you get the full tank, which is kind of the brain rot version of HOI4, in my opinion.
Brother, how you doing? Hold on, man, hold on. I know, man, you worked a long time. Oh, man, no, man. What the hell? Oh, my God, no way, yeah. Talking about.
Now, for the early game, you obviously want to research like this. You want to research this. You want to research electronics. You want to research this. You don't want to research ahead of time. It's just wasting time. Unless you want to rush like planes, you want to rush this. For planes, if you have all these, this is the most important things you're gonna research. So viability studies and the heavy MG and engines, maybe range improvements if you want, armor piecing you can if you want. We don't need to, but we can. And then next, improved small airframe. I have this airframe I'm gonna put for a fighter model. I personally put 4x heavy, then 4x heavy, and then again 4x heavy. Researched it obviously, and now we're gonna need. Now we're gonna add the new engine, and you see all these stats here: air attack, air defense, weight, thrust, agility. You just want very high air attack against the AI and other players. Air attack is very important, but also air defense. What do we do about air defense? We slap on special modules, armor plate and armor plate. Now we have a sort of meta plane. It's the simple plane, armor plate. Armor plates, you get them from this one survivability studies, that's very important. And that's our fighter plane, basically. We can do a cast plane that attacks the ground troops. You can just pick any you want. Armor piercing is pretty good, and yeah, bomb blocks, etc. And also slap on the armor plates on this one. But I'm not gonna bother with it now. I'm gonna go back to the research. Yeah, research industry, as said, naval, as Germany, I generally never do anything naval. You don't really, I mean, you can get some buffs here and there, I do that, but it's really not worth the time. I mean, you can just steal the navy from other nations. So if you have the DLC alone, yeah, if you have that, only with that DLC you can steal the navy of nations and peace deals, and yeah. Researching this, and get a medium tank or heavy tank, whatever you want. I'd say the medium tank. If you have the no step back DLC, you can also build your own tank. And we're gonna want to do, like we have here the advanced medium tank sizes. We want here a 3-man turret. 2 types of tanks I'm gonna show you. The one tank is the artillery tank, the soft attack tank. You want to improve your radio, like have it at improved radio, that's also pretty good. But I'm just having a radio right now, and I'm putting like only these guns that give me soft attack, and I'm gonna click here and I'll choose artillery, and now you have your artillery tank. You can change the model to whatever you want, you have the DLC. And welded armor, we're just gonna keep it at the end, and we're gonna keep it because I'm gonna spam the armor, spam engine, spam armor, spam engine. Oh no. Gonna lower the engine to 6 kilometers.
Come on. Y'all know the way. Y'all know. Shut the fuck up! Shut up, bitch! Am I sitting in controller? I'm pretty good, no?
6 kilometers per hour. It's the quite minimum, I'd say 6 to 8. And you want like you want some sort of breakthrough. You want high armor. That's very good armor. Mediocre hardness, it's good. Reducing it's basically about this soft attack. If you have high soft attack, this is going to cripple the AI. The AI cannot handle a tank like this. I'm gonna show you a good tank template that's gonna like destroy the AI, that like make a new template. Make a division out of our tank we've just created. So we just can create empty, or we can use this and edit it, or copy it, duplicate it, whatever you want. I'm gonna duplicate it for now. Okay, this is very good template. I'm gonna just get about I'm just gonna get land doctrine and get everything there, and we're gonna I could do it optimized, the template. I could optimize it even more by instead of having this truck here, make a high soft attacks light tank and put it in, but I don't bother with it now. You can reach up to 1000 soft attack, but about 800 is good enough for the AI, trust me, or even against some players. Why I want a combat width of 35, I'm gonna explain to you the combat width in the game. Pretty much now you can see the combat width at any tile. Here's combat width 70, so 2 of these tanks would perfectly fit in the plains. And in North Africa I have a combat width of 50. Here I have combat width 70 also, like here's the combat width 80, so they fit in pretty well. And yeah, we look additional attacks 35, that's also very good. And for infantry template, this is also good if you just slap one artillery and that's it. Or you can reduce the amount of infantry and put more artillery, so you get like this. Or you can just do a big infantry. If you want to go big heavy on infantry, you can do 30 width, and you have high soft attack. High soft attack deletes the enemy. A hard attack is also very important for multiplayer. I'm gonna show you a good hard attack.
Fucking fuck! I tried to push it! Oh my god! Oh, game over indeed! Oh, the battles! Oh!
You're gonna have to research anti-tank, basically. Rush all this shit, and you would want probably do also medium or heavy tank. I'm gonna try a heavy tank now. We're gonna craft a new tank. You can have King Tiger there, and we're gonna choose the heavy turret, and we're gonna choose, I prefer the 3-man turret, and we're gonna choose the one with, I'd say, the most hard attack, because we already have a soft attack, so soft attack tank, so we're gonna search for the most hard attack. Here, advanced high velocity cannon, that looks really good, 200 piercing, lots of hard attack, so we're gonna choose that. We're gonna put on radio on it, and we're gonna put on small cannons, because it gives us hard attack. Now, we can put on 3 small cannons, now we have 45 hard attack, and 40 soft attack. That's kind of the meme with, I'm gonna show you tank destroyer, pick that, 70 hard attack and 40 soft attack. It's still a lot of soft attack. That's kind of the meme in the multiplayer. You only spam tank destroyers. I'm gonna put on the torsion bar, welded armor, and I'm gonna keep the same engine again. I'm just that kind of guy. Just spam armor, max armor, spam it, and spam this. Max speed is below 4 kilometers. You see, can only go like that low. I can now do like 4, or I'm gonna go like you can now do like 6 kilometers or 4 kilometers, depending on your reliability. Let's say I have very good economy and I do like 5 to 6 kilometers per hour. It's very low reliability, but you can tank it. You can tank it. I mean, you can just do 5 kilometers. It's not that big of a deal. And with the advanced heavy tank destroyer, we can now cook up a new template. You can do a 36 combat width. I'll allow it. And 20 organization. That's like, I would not go down 20 with a tank. A tank really doesn't need to have like a high organization. I don't think this is high organization either. 25 organization. You don't need actually high organization, because your tank, it's not meant to be like fighting very long. Because organization, I'm gonna explain to you what organization means. Basically, organization means how long your unit can hold on onto a fight. Keep fighting, the organization power goes lower, and then the unit has to retreat. I'm going to show you it. Allow Diplo. Allow Diplo and declare war on Poland. And yeah, rearmament is our goal. You want to use that if you're going for a serious historical game. Because look, if I'm gonna put these tanks down here, put a good general like Manstein here, and Rommel. Rommel you get him from a focus, that's it, yeah. So we have to just gonna show you basically how it's gonna prevent combat. You want to press if you have the trucks for it. Here I have in stockpile enough trucks, I need 300, and I have also enough trains. You also have to produce trains if you want to motorize your supply, which is very important if you don't have air supply. Otherwise you can just use air supply if you have transport planes. Game is a bit too loud, I think. So, okay. So, gonna press, click it, and it's gonna die. And this is the organization bar. You see, it has to retreat. And is the AI on? I think I have AI off. No, yeah, it's off. Huh? Why is it moving? I don't know. But yeah, this is the tank destroyer. You see no difference to this height of the tank. Also deletes single player. Well, you see not as quickly, but yeah, you see it gets the job done. You can here click. You don't want to force attack with the tanks, it's just suicide. And yeah, basically like look, the organization is low, and if a unit is encircled and it loses organization, it's gonna die, leading to a lot of casualties. So yeah, Poland is not a challenge for Germany, never is. And we're gonna basically go on with our tutorial. Research, I think I explained enough. For Navy, just spam screening ships and submarines, and you don't need good stats. Just as a side, for Navy in HOI, all you do is steal Navy from other nations. It's not that deep, trust me. You can also use your Air Force to delete the enemy's Navy. Now the next tab is the international market. You open it with E, the E key, and yeah, I mean it's sort of a DLC thing from Arms Against Tyranny. I don't really use it, but you can sell your old equipment for construction efficiency, which is good. Now the next is trade. You open it with R on your R key. Trade is basically oops. Sorry. Trade is basically if you need these resources. You see, I need rubber. I have -6 in rubber. -6 in rubber. That's like not good. I'm gonna trade with Thailand because why Thailand? It's Axis nation, and it's not like British Malaya. I won't help the Brits, but so I'm gonna basically buy iron from Italy, etc., etc. Because I'm giving Italy here for 16 iron because I need 12. Giving Italy 2 civilian factories, so Italy now has 2 civilian factories more and builds faster. And yada yada. That's how trading works. Just construction, I also explained it. If you build infrastructure, you get more. You see more of your own resources here. You also want to build synthetic refineries as Germany to get rubber and produce oil. Yeah, and you can basically tank your fuel, make your fuel capacity higher. If you're losing with your tanks, it's mostly because you don't have any fuel most of the time. Now you can also build air bases for more airplanes, yada yada. it's really not that deep. For supply, you see, the more darker it gets, the less supply you have. So you can build like a supply up if you have the time. You can connect like routes. Here's a supply up, for example, but it's not connected to this railroad, so you can connect it here. And yeah, that's how you improve your supply. It's really not that deep. It's if you use the motorized supply, you're not gonna have lots of issues unless you're like in fighting in these areas and like the rules. You're going to have lots of supply problems. In North Africa, you're gonna have supply problems because if you ship to North Africa, you're also gonna need convoys to ship the supply down. So yeah, supply is actually pretty simple in the game. Production, I also already explained it. Military, yada yada. Same for navy, and you can. That's almost being finished. Like produce it, finish it. You see the line here. I mean, and yeah, it's really simple. I mean, you can here your ships, here your air, here your equipment. As I said, if you have here outdated equipment, it's gonna show you what's outdated. Production is really simple, and as I said here, you want your infantry to have like 20 to 30 combat with. Used to be able to use 40, but I think that's a bit too much. For port guards, what port guards basically are, you can like create a very shitty infantry, or you can generally also do a like a border guards division also, which like would have more infantry to basically be like this kind of flash wall against naval not against like infantry attacks. You want to have like high organization for that. But for the port guards, you want to have cheap ones because you're gonna have a lot of coast to protect. And if I have like these 26, I'm just gonna add my field marshal, give him a field marshal here and give him a general, and use basically a defense field marshal and give some sort of general who's also defensive like him, and I'm gonna press on the field marshal and give him the order to give area defense, and boom. And he's has to guard the ports and coastline. Press that and you have your perfect port guards. They're gonna stack on everything here, gonna protect you. But for all these orders I'm gonna go to deeper into that later. Now with logistics, you see there what equipment do you need, etc. How much you're producing in surplus. Here you see the efficiency line. If you're producing something for a very long time, the efficiency get higher and you produce more of it. And if you change the amount, it's gonna be a bit janky. Now Officer Corp, if you have DLC, blah I think you can pick some buffs here, buffs, and for your doctrine, if it's basically this symbol, or you press here, you also pick the doctrine you want, mostly mobile warfare or Grand Battle Plan, also very good for tanks if you go down there. Or superior firepower, good for artillery, or mass assault, good if you want to use a lot of manpower. Or if you want to get a lot of manpower, good for some minor nations here, that's good for like submarine shit usage. That's the best air doctrine, it gives you air support, gives you cast damage.
No, stop. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? With my life? Me? What am I doing with my life?
I also already explained political power, stability. You can like to improve. That's the good thing. You improve your workers' conditions, and you're gonna get higher stability. Of course, your economy is gonna be a little bit dented, but it's not that deep. But it's worth it because look what kind of debuffs I'm getting from my slowest stability right now. So if I'd fix that, it's worth to take this little dent because it's just way better to like have more factory output and less resistance. War support is basically if I have like 100 war support right now, you see right now I have division attack on core, territory and etc. If I have 100 stability, if I have more stability, I have now minus consumer goods, which is insanely good. And yeah, for manpower, yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory. Your factories, your fuel, you need to trade fuel if you have no fuel, or you need to conquer fuel, etc. Just get your fuel up. Logistics, you need to produce trains and trucks, convoys, don't forget those three. Those are the three magic productions for the logistics. Trains, some nations need to actually research them, but most majors already have them. And for trucks, also some nations need to research trucks, but if you're playing as Germany, you don't need to research that. Now going to the command power payment method for some buffs you get on your generals. You can send attaches to countries that are at war with this button, send attache, and that kill costs 50 command power and maintain the 50 command power, which means my max command power would be like 200. No, 100. My max command power is like 100, okay? And if I send this attache, now I'm only able to have like 50 command power, not more, which can be kind of annoying in early game because you kinda need command power because you're leveling generals up, sending volunteers to Spain. If you send volunteers, just click on this button and you can also spam like in cavalry divisions to get more volunteers, also good. But yeah, command power also important feature. Army experience, already explained it. It costs you to pick these, it costs you 100 for each of these. So yeah, you're also gonna need army experience. You can train your army for army experience. You see my level. You don't want to level beyond. You don't want to exercise your army beyond level 3. So yeah, I could just train all of them and wait for them to get to level 3. Then they're also gonna have good stats. Now for these things here, it's probably gonna be a bit overwhelming, but it's actually very simple. I have a general, and I'm gonna put like these guys with. I'm doing shift and left click to choose only these two. And now the most important things are like click on frontline. If you want to do a field marshal from the most important thing is click on frontline, press down shift, hold it, and press left click on the frontline. And now you have a nice frontline. You want to do shift frontline because if you don't, it's gonna look ugly and it's gonna just like, if you have a lot of generals, it's going to be messy. Going to be a bit messy, a bit cramped. So you want to do shift and do it like this, do aggressive and give your motorized supply. You can exercise units. You don't want to do that in war. You can change flexibility, naval invasions, I will show you that, paratroopers. Yeah, frontline. There's the offensive plan, spearhead. You're not going to use that. You're just gonna micro. Fallback line is basically if I draw one here, and I know this. Oh shit! I'm losing the war here, and I need to defend. I can press like Control, left click, and all my units are gonna be assigned to the newest order. You can also assign them there right now, but I want them here with Control, left click, and they're gonna fall back, or I'm gonna Control left click again here, they're gonna go there, or they're on the front line. You can activate the frontline order, and you want to micro yourself to get like encirclements. Here you can go there, here's openings, here everywhere openings. want to abuse those and rush in as fast as possible, like at a slow speed. Don't do it at 5 speed like me right now. Do it at slow speed, 2 speed, don't care. Just kill the supply lines of the enemy here and etc. That's how we do combat in HOI4. You also want to add that to that with Air Force. Gonna press all your Air Force on this region and do air superiority and close air support. As I said, fighters do air superiority, casters and tactical bombers do close air support, and tactical bombers also do strategic bombing, but I don't want to bomb the places that I'm gonna occupy, so I'm just gonna refrain from doing that. And green air is gonna give you a lot of buffs. You can also defend here with interception and etc. You can train your planes. I don't really do that. So yeah, you can also align the planes to a general, so they always move with the general. Like, it's also very important. A bit about the navy. You want to have 2 types of like stacks of navy. This is the surface fleet. So I'm not going to pick Karl Dönitz because he's a submarine admiral. I'm going to pick this battleship admiral. I'm going to pick Karl Dönitz for my underwater fleet, my submarine fleet. And here are my unassigned ships. You can just look through. Here are my submarines. I'm gonna give them to Dönitz here. Oops. I accidentally gave all the ships. That's not a problem. Just like click on here, and now I can give like all these ships after selecting them. Click on all these ships, give them to him, and really look, watch out, there's a destroyer hiding. So we're gonna click on this, there's a destroyer, boom. Yeah, it's really simple, just do that, and you can do strike force, and strike force also, no, I'm not gonna stick him there, just there. And then you can theoretically try to invade Britain if you want to. But yeah, that's just like, or you can move your navy manually, like micro them, and get like port access from, I don't know, Venezuela. They give it to you in the war, and you can like hide yourself here and do convoy raiding to delete the convoys of Britain going to America. Also could be handy, but I don't really do it. It's just LARPing. I'm gonna show you also some a combat feature if I tag to Poland. And I notice I'm getting attacked here. I'm not winning, and these infantries, they're just gonna encircle me, and I want to like, maybe, let's say that's my capital, I want to retreat to the capital. Do a double right click, and it's gonna force retreat. You can't do that if you're last standing. If you're doing the last standing order, where is that? Do it this general. If you're doing last stand, I can't. You can't retreat. So doing a last stand, it gives you a huge defense buff, but you're doomed to get encircled in a situation like this. So use it wisely. Now if you're like, if you have the arms against tyranny, every time this pops up, just pick the buffs you like. It's gonna pop out a lot. You can pre-arrange with shift left click what's gonna get picked, but I don't do that. I just do it on the feel of what I need in the moment. It's also very good.
Oh my god, what the fuck? I'm watching this shit while you try not to laugh, bro. That's disrespectful, bro. What's wrong with you, bro? Party's public, watch this, bro. Party's public, watch laughter, bro. Sit there and watch laughter, bro, watch. Hey, please wait for me. Fuck, wait for me. It's
best occupation method is sadly not brutal oppression or forced labor. No, it's actually civilian oversight, or if you democratic local autonomy, which is between no person and civilian oversight. But civilian oversight is very good because you see here it does not remove compliance. Compliance is very needy because with high compliance, low resistance, it's gonna give you a lot of factories and manpower. But for a nation like Poland, who you're gonna steal gold from, and you're gonna have troubles with them, they're gonna do resistance focuses, you probably want to do brutal oppression or at least martial law. But with a nation like France, if you have a collaboration, you can go on civilian and get most of France's economy. So that's a very neat feature. You can also use your spy and do root out resistance, so that you can actually use civilian oversight on Poland. It's kind of expensive because you also need like to research anti-partisan 2 times, which costs you like 5 civs for a time, and then again you see their national projects 5 civs. Now what has been newly added to Gotterdämmerung, you have like this available special project. Just the best thing would probably be like, I tried military engineering because I tried flamethrowers. I don't really like them. Super heavy howitzer is super expensive but very good, and getting a breakthrough in land and like gonna take some time, so you can build like a research facility, but I don't really do that sort of thing because it's not important. But yeah, I can pick a scientist that gives me artillery. It's also pretty simple with nukes. It's just way too late in the game, but it's actually really simple. You can do air bombing raids, prepare them. Here you could do an air bombing raid. Strategic bomber model 70, so you just need the model press on it and do the raid if you're at war. But yeah, it's not really that important if I'm honest. It's really a niche feature from the new DLC, so I'd say you won't mess with it, especially if you don't have DLC. And yeah, also what I need to mention, you don't use the infantry division you don't use this. We do not care. You use, for example, I'm gonna pick 1 cavalry, and that's it. This is going to be occupation. The optimized would be full cavalry and military police, support company, but we cannot afford it. And if you're Germany, if you're Anschluss Austria, just you'll inherit their templates, and you have the Schnelle Division, which is pretty good for occupation. You can just use it. Doesn't really matter that you're using some support equipment by that. So yeah, if you don't want to spend XP doing a division, you can also use the Schnelle Division from Austria. Because the problem with our cavalry is it uses artillery, and you're gonna waste a lot of artillery doing that, so that's pretty bad. Now for this video, I'm not going to show you any exploits for better microing, because there's some exploits I don't want like exploits. It's very geeky, it's nerdy, and if I have a lot of experience in competitive HOI multiplayer. It's just geeky, it kind of ruins the game, it's really not nice. I don't recommend using any exploits at all in the game. There are a lot of exploits, it's just play the game how it's meant to be played. Don't be a douchebag to other people, it's just not... But yeah, that's basically all of HOI. If you watch this video, I think you will have a good understanding and be able to play campaign on your own and learn on your own. It's a lot of learning on your own. The game, it's really not that deep. Also, you have here the guys, I didn't show that, but you can get buffs. It's really just like the simple, you have to read the buff. You don't need to read if an event pops out every single word. Just read the buff and click what's good for you, or what's good for the what's what's just the best option. It's really not hard, guys. Game is actually pretty simple, so yeah, just